Hello everyone! This is my first attempt at a voiceover, so let's hope it goes well. We're on to the second part of the junk journal tutorial, my favorite part, embellishment. It's where we get to make it all pretty. And the first step I am working on is trimming off the edges of this envelope, as you saw I did, and that way I can use them as pockets. And then I'm going to use this piece of magazine page to decorate the page and cover up some of those words that were on that business envelope, business reply envelope. I used the Tim Holtz ruler to cut a straight edge, or tear a straight edge rather. And then I'm gluing up the side to make a tuck spot. I was just seeing if I wanted to use that magazine page on the other side, and I decided not to. I decided to use this newspaper page with a crossword on it, and I'm using the bone folder to get my liquid glue nice and flat and spread out on there. And again, I tear a straight edge with that ruler. That's a Tim Holtz clear ruler. I love that ruler. It's got a centering feature, and then it has a nice metal edge on one side that makes the tearing easier. I stuck a piece of acetate packaging so that things didn't glue where I didn't want them. And now I'm decorating this other page. I kind of just flip around, and I liked this side of this scrap better, and I'm again using the bone folder to get that glue all spread out, and again using my ruler to get a straight edge. Now I'm considering this page. Do I want to keep that image or not? I didn't know what I decided there. Maybe I'll come back to it. Here, I want to cover up the text that's on this magazine page from Daphne's Diary. So I've taken this kind of neutral scrap, and this time I guess I'm using a glue stick. So either one works, and spreading even the glue stick around with my little bone folder. Flipping around, randomly choosing which pages I want to decorate. I know I don't want to keep the girl on this page, but I liked the beach scene. So I wanted to cover up the text, and I wanted to cover up the little girl because I don't know what I'm going to put in the journal later, so I didn't want to have that there. And I used some book page to cover up the bottom, kind of just doing some collaging here, and again going with the glue stick there, and there's some sort of scrapbook paper scrap there that I like to put just in the bottom there. Wonder what I'll choose to cover up the top half of the girl. I'm rifling through some scraps that I had pulled out, and I found this beautiful turquoise scrapbook or cardstock paper, not page, excuse me. And that is definitely what I wanted to use. I love how it coordinates with the beach colors, and so I'm just tearing the edges there because I want a rough look. And again, I said I'm doing a collage. Now, what I was thinking here was I wanted to pick a piece of paper that would kind of mimic the idea of sand, or the color of sand, because it's a beachy page, and so I think I found some coffee dyed computer paper there and used that. Now we're back to the front of the journal, and I'm doing a corner pocket here with some scrapbook paper. That was a scrap that I found, and I liked how the cover is made from the Daphne's Diary cover, and I liked how the green went with that. And then again, I'm covering up some text with some scrap papers. These are neutrals. Some of them are magazine pages. Some of them, the one I'm putting down now is a scrapbook paper. And that one is a magazine page with some text. And I believe, yep, that one's magazine page also that I used elsewhere. So when I tear it off, I just keep it in the scrap, and you know, all the scraps are in the same color family there. And I'm sorry this is so sped up, but it would be a really long video otherwise. So here we're onto this page, and I guess I just wanted to add a little color there. And I love some of the images that in the Daphne's Diary magazine are so beautiful. So I love that little piece there. And again, I had used this green elsewhere, right there, you see. So I put the little scrap on the page before. Here's another piece of strip of paper. I don't know if I'm covering up the water on this one or not. I guess maybe not, but I don't know, I just chose to do that. And I love this little piece of beach scrapbook paper scrap that you saw me attach with the tiny attacher there. Just turned it into a little tab. Now I'm collaging a little tuck spot, maybe? No, maybe, I'm not sure. But that butterfly paper is one of my favorites. And then this is a piece of book page that says vocabulary and notes, and I just liked how that looked. So I'm gonna glue, yeah, I think I am gonna turn it into a little tuck spot here. So just glue it there on the top and a little bit on the sides. And then here is a little magazine image that I thought looked nice with that yellow from that grid paper. Just putting that down in the corner for a little image. It looks like it's time for another corner pocket. This time I'm going to put this one on the top. So you tuck it into the top. And this is beautiful, colorful scrap from, I think it's a Jane Davenport from one of the art journal books of hers. And then here's another scrap. I'm using all scraps here. I don't know why I keep saying scrap, but yes, I'm going to glue this one down, and I think I'm going to make this one into a tuck spot also. So I'm gluing on that inside edge and then on the bottom and the outside edge there so that I can tuck things in. And I did tear it with my ruler, I believe. So let's finish this side here, and I put in some more glue on that other tuck spot, and I'm going to embellish and cover up the words or the images, graphics that at the bottom with this little scrap. I think I decided I was going to do that later, I guess. I don't know, maybe I stuck it there. And just seeing what could maybe go in the little envelope pocket there. Moving on, this piece of paper looks good here. I'm deciding, yeah, I'm going to put that there, trim off the edge a bit. And this is going to be a side tuck, so I'm gluing on the edge there, and so that I can tuck things on inside there. And then on making sure I get it all stuck down, and with the bone folder, I guess I got a little there to trim off. And that looks good. I think I'm gonna just have this one be a flip out maybe. So I'm just tearing the edge so it fits nicely, and then I'm gonna get some washi tape to adhere it to the top edge there, flip it up, trim off the washi first, flip it up and then washi it back on. That way you can still write or put pictures on the full page, but there's a neat little element that's interactive. I like doing that in some places, and so it's a flip up with the washi and that little memo page. So here's another junk mail piece that, you know, has an image of a scuba diver, which I don't want to keep, and I don't mind a little bit of it showing because that's the junk journal aspect. So I covered it up with a neutral. That way when I go and use this, I'm not limited. And this little sentence there at the bottom of this tucked page, I didn't want that. So I covered that up with a little bit of script, and I love this piece of scrap that I've had with the purple there, and I thought it went nicely with the image of the lavender fields that was from the original magazine page there. Brings out the purple, so I like using the colors that coordinate in the pieces from the book, from the magazine page that I want to keep, and then I'm covering up the text with a neutral piece of scrap book paper. That'll be easier to write on or put things on. And I guess I'm gonna cover up this little picture too. Sometimes, you know, I'd leave something like that, but this time I covered it up. But I do love that little bit of lavender sticking out, and I've left that there, and it looks like I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna use some coffee dyed paper scrap to cover up the text there as well. So to give myself a little more of a blank palette for when I use the journal. Again, another neutral, kind of neutral. There's a pattern on it, but I think it's more neutral than the text that was in the background, and so I'm adhering that on. And I have another corner pocket here, and since this magazine page was very colorful, I wanted to keep that color, but I thought it'd be hard to write on or put things on, and so that's why I thought it'd be a good place for a corner pocket. And this is a corner flip up, so it's a square folded, and you can write on the inside or put something in there, and that's a very colorful piece I put there. I've put on the back page another little pocket with that other piece of scrapbook paper, and it looks like I'm starting to tuck things in here, but I think I'm going to have another video for the other embellishments that you put in the journal. Now, coming back to this envelope, this business envelope, I found some things I wanted to put there. I wanted to keep the window, and there was this magazine page that had this quote, "A vintage transformation," or it was probably a title of some article or something. I loved it, and I wanted to keep it, and so I'm tucking that in there for when I use it. Then I'm coming back to it, deciding what to do with it. I've glued the first part on top. I was kind of trying to figure out how do I fit this whole thing, and finally I decided, okay, it can go onto the other side. And I have this vellum piece, I think it was a Tim Holtz, and I just decided to staple it on, and it looks like a postage stamp, and then the special delivery, and I just loved how those went with whatever postage marks. I don't know what that's called at the bottom, but that little barcode thing. So I thought that went well with that. Coming back a few pages, I'm covering up some text here on the junk mail with some colorful scrap Jane Davenport paper from a journal or something. And I love that. That looks nice. Just add a little more color. And finally back to this center section where I was going to embellish those. I can't remember. Now this was a scrap that I had done gelato on, and maybe the reason I waited was because I needed to spray it with something to seal it because it wasn't sealed. Now I'm going to make a little tuck spot here, and I've got that beautiful floral scrapbook paper and this bow scrap and some text paper that I'm going to collage together. I've glued down the top. Actually, I guess I decided, no, I'm not going to use the text. I'm going to use this little polka dot scrap from a scrapbook page. And to add a little color, I pop a heart out of this this scrapbook paper, and then I saw that little bird cage, and I'm like, okay, I'll just fussy cut the little bird cage out and stick that on there too. So using all kinds of bits from the scrapbook pages there, and then I was happy with that, and I'm checking to make sure it functions. Sometimes I put a little too much glue, so yeah, that's how I want it to function, and yeah, there it goes. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and check out the next video, part 3. Bye!